You get different scenes in the base every time you come back here, which is nice. There's a lot of different ones, and some of them are pretty cool looking. Anyway, let's head back into You in Wonderland and see if we can finish up the second half of this floor. This floor is pretty much tutorial mode for Etrian Odyssey style gameplay. It's very, very small. So, by the standards of this game at least, things get a lot bigger pretty quickly. So normally I will cut to a place of the dungeon that, like, to where I last left off in the dungeon whenever I return. But here I'm just going to show going the full way back just because I'm going to show off using these shortcuts. And sometimes it's nice to, once you've explored a lot of the floor, put the map on zoomed out mode just to see how you're getting back to where you were. So yeah, that was a lot less painful than going the whole way around. And we're about to get into a random encounter, which is going to be stuff we've already fought before. Yep.
There are two shadows.
I'll tear out that tongue of yours.
That sounds terrifying.
I'm counting on Morpheus. Here I go. Damn. Go, Master!
That enemy is weak to bashing.
Go, Master! Here I go.
There is one enemy remaining. Is everyone all right?
Take this.
Okay, that thing just got affected with Curse. And it's dead, so I couldn't actually show off what Curse does. I explained back in when I was talking about Zen and Ray. Curse is this game's replacement for Fear, so skills like Evil Touch and Evil Smile inflict Curse and not Fear in this one. But Curse status means that when the enemy... Oh, I should be careful of my healing items, actually. I guess I'll use one on Shinjiro there. Curse status means that when you deal damage, you take damage equal to half the damage that you dealt to the enemy, which can be pretty dangerous if it's applied to one of your heavy hitters.
Oh, right, it's a treasure box.
I was right about which path was not the main one. Chainmail. Well, obviously that's better armor than what we currently have. And that gives a bit of an increased HP. You'll sometimes find pieces of armor or accessories, or even weapons that have additional effects on top of their raw stats. I usually like giving my protagonist the best armor. Oh, we also have the life belt, which I like giving to people like Shinjiro or Aigis, who use a lot of physical attacks. Unfortunately, the HP increase does not immediately come into effect, so I probably should have given that to him before I used the medicine. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. Also, because map perfectionism... Just do that. Oh, and, I won't bore you with doing that every single time. I'll usually do that after I finish up the entire map for the floor. Okay, it's now red, but we're about to be introduced to a new gameplay mechanic here. These things. We'll be seeing these throughout dungeons.
This is...
Apparently this is a real thing in Japan.
Whoa!
I kind of wonder what that was like in Japanese, actually. So, these are officially called power spots now, and I think this is an Etrian Odyssey mechanic too. So, these are marked by this sparkle icon, so I'm going to put one there. And by checking a power spot... Cake page. We saw that in Theodore's workshop, so we can use these to make items there.
Huh?
Every dungeon has its own materials that can only be obtained from power spots, but you have to be careful when you can gather there. Because you sometimes get ambushed. Also, power spots regenerate every time you leave the labyrinth, which is pretty useful. And you get that sound effect when you get a rare item from a power spots. There are skills that you can learn that increase your chances of harvesting rare items or reduce your chances of power spot ambushes, but we'll get to those later on.
Be careful.
I never let my guard down. Now that it's over, I'm hungry.
You're the same as always, Ray.
Unfortunately, Zen and Ray did not learn their healing ability yet.
Shinjiro-senpai, are you okay? You've lost a lot of health.
Okay, probably need to heal people. I'm gonna need to restock my medicine soon, which is unfortunate. Okay, yeah, next skill recovery, level 3 for Ray. So one more level and then I'll have a... The annoying thing about Zen and Ray's healing skills... They can't be used outside of battle, only during battle, which obviously is a bit inconvenient. Okay, we're about to get into a random encounter and we're close to an FOE. That is very dangerous because FOEs take a step whenever you take a step on the map, or every turn that passes mid-battle. So if you're not careful, an FOE might decide to pull what that level 99 T-Rex in Macalania Forest in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 does. That's kind of an in-joke from my playthroughs of that game, where if you take too long fighting other enemies, the FOE will come in and go, "Hi guys, can I be in this battle?" And then you all die. That T-Rex enemy in Macalania Forest loved doing that.
There are 3 shadows.
I like to fight whatever battles I can, because you really need as much experience as possible in this game.
Your health's quite low.
Things get pretty brutal later if you haven't kept your party sufficiently leveled.
Peace on ahead.
And yeah, different characters have different ways of referring to power spots. Mushroom page. And that's all.
Can we check out that wall over there? Something about it bothers me.
In fact, I actually just realized something about this area. I was forgetting about this.
There are 3 shadows.
I remember this shadow. We've fought it before.
Well, yeah, at the very beginning of Persona 3.
Don't get too worked up. The next fight's not far off.
Okay, Ken's got to level 2 after that fight, but
Leader,
everyone
isn't your
is
energy low?
pretty low on health.
Why don't you head back for now?
We might have to head back soon. But we are very close to finishing up this floor, as you can see. We're already 90% of the way through.
I have a feeling we might find something unusual in this area.
I mean, an E for events. Now, you need to be careful. Some of these events are kind of... They can have negative consequences.
Huh?
I remember this event. Junpei's Magic Box.
Ta-da!
What? Wow!
Huh?
Wait, what? Okay, Junpei's an actual magician then, I guess.
Oh.
However, we don't actually have any items on us at the moment. You're supposed to use a medicine for this, which we don't actually have. So I'll wait to use this until we come back to the labyrinth. This is kind of an interesting event. And here we are. We're at the end of the floor.
Stairs. So this place goes further on then.
So let's put a stair marker in.
It's a treasure box. I wonder if there's some delicious food inside.
Let's activate the shortcut. Also, stepping through a shortcut counts as a step for the purpose of random encounters, so remember that. We could get an encounter right now. We did not. So, that chest is special. And random encounter.
There are 3 shadows.
I won't let you harm Ray.
Yay, Zen! Go get him! Leader, isn't your
Yeah,
energy low?
Fuku, I know.
Why don't you head back for now?
So these treasure chests are your reward for completing the map. They won't open until you've 100%ed the map for that floor. And if you haven't completed the entire map, the chest will show a glowing area where you haven't been before. I intentionally avoided something earlier in my exploration of this floor just to show this mechanic off, because look at that area down there. Now, this will disappear eventually, so I kind of like to mark this out in blue while it's still there. I'll get rid of that later. So yes, you need to get 100% map completion to open these chests. There is an exception though, you can actually spend play coins, you know, the Nintendo 3DS thing, in order to open them. The closer you are to 100%, the less play coins you have to spend to open the chests. You get play coins by leaving the 3DS in sleep mode and walking around with it. So that can be kind of interesting sometimes if you've built up a lot of play coins. So, there's an area on the map that we haven't been to yet in this vicinity, which is kind of weird. But if we walk down this area, you might have noticed that there was a clock here.
Three enemies. We get to move
Okay, we have an advantage here,
We've fought it before.
which actually almost guarantees that we can escape on the first turn if we choose to. That's actually, shut up, Fuka. That's actually useful against FOEs, and I'll go into that. I suppose I can actually go into that now. So, because FOEs are enemies on the map, you can actually walk into them from behind to get a guaranteed player advantage in the battle. And that guarantees you'll be able to escape on the first turn. What a lot of people like using this for is to get an ambush on an FOE, hit it with some faster party members, and then have your slower party member run to build up the support meter easily. But anyway, this watch right here, and I'll go ahead and erase this area because now we're actually where we need to go to get to it. Sometimes shortcuts are traversable from the moment that you find them.
Please be careful.
In that case, they'll be mentioned as secret passages, and there's a fight in here. I forgot there was a fight in there. Are we ready? Are we ready? Well, this could be bad, but, oh, we found that. Completely forgot about that. Let's go ahead and equip the short blade for +1 endurance. I guess that might help. And yeah, it is kind of annoying that equipment that you've removed is still stuck in your inventory and taking up inventory slots. Okay, I feel kind of confident about this. Let's go. Oh, it's just these things.
Give me your orders, and I'll attack.
Shouldn't be that bad, but Scary Stew is a little low on everything right now. And you're just going to use a basic attack rather than Teardrop. Mitsuru can get that off. And you can get your Pierce attack boost there. Ken's going to go for Hummer on these things, because I'm pretty sure they're in fact weak to it. Come on, Hummer. Ah. Oh, that Bufu hits pretty hard. Don't go for him twice. Good. I should probably retreat some people to the back row at this point. Yes, Lying Hableri is indeed weak to light according to my notes, but, unfortunately, I miss with that, and Ken doesn't have enough SP to cast it again. I guess I can go for Healing Breeze. Also, yeah, you... wait a minute. You retreat to the rear. Why did I put Mitsuru on the front lines? I'm an idiot. I completely forgot that I put Mitsuru on the front lines. You're swapping out for Zen and Rei. Unfortunately, I kind of have to keep Shinjiro there. So yeah, you can never have more than 5 party members, but you can arrange them in different combinations. You can never have more than 3 characters on one row, though, so you can't have 4 people on the front row. Oh, this could be kind of bad, actually. I wish that I had Zen and Rei's healing ability now. I also wish Ken had hit with Hummer. Oh, and let's set that up. Not going to be that useful to me right now, but it might help later on if we survive this early turn. Oh, there's Curse status activated. You know, I probably should have just gone for a standard attack, because that would have got a boost, but oh well. I kind of want Shinjiro to survive here, because he gets free boosts off of his regular attacks against these guys. Okay, you... Oh, well, he just barely survived. And that's Healing Breeze activating.
That enemy is weak to bashing.
Yes, I know.
What should I do next?
You just try and get boost status. There's not really much else you can do at this point. I think I'll keep you defending. Normally I'd have Shinjiro defend here, but I want him to get boost off. These things are actually kind of fast as well. Of course, we got the curse status on him after he attacked, so he's not really going to be damaging himself that much. However, they're not really doing a lot back to us in return. It's always frustrating when you knock down an enemy at the end of the turn, because, yeah, like it says there, knockdown enemies instantly recover. And now if you look closely at the bottom screen, you might notice the FOE just moved. So that's what I was saying. FOEs move for every turn in battle, in addition to every step you take on the map. So, if you get into a random encounter in an FOE's patrol route, you probably want to run, even if it's an enemy that you feel confident about taking out quickly.
Right, leader. We can always count on you.
We are actually leveling up slower than usual because of hard mode, though.
Oh.
So yeah, you want to look at the actual top screen as well as just the map when you're moving. Otherwise, we would have missed this shortcut. Aigis can kind of understand Koromaru. She is programmed to sense the feelings of dogs from their actions. I'm not entirely sure why she's programmed to do that, but that's just a thing from Persona 3. Also this.
What? Jeez.
Junpei is pretty great. Anyway,
Leader, you look
yeah,
like
don't
you're
worry, I'll be
exhausted.
going back soon. But first...
You've gotten most of the information about this floor by now.
Floor complete. And we have a weapon out of that for Zen. So we can now equip Flame Shot. Problem with this is its fire element, which means it's only good against enemies that are weak to fire. And now I'm going to quickly check my notes to see how many enemies weak to fire are in this general area. Let's see. Cowardly Maya is, Laughing Tabor. Actually, every enemy on this floor is weak to fire, so that's actually pretty useful here. However, the enemies on the next floor, not much there is weak to fire. Only one enemy on the second floor is weak to fire, it seems, so... It's going to be useful now, but we'll also be saying goodbye to this floor very, very soon, so... I mean, I suppose if I get into any random encounters... Because I kind of want to grab that chest. Because the item in it is very interesting. It's going to take me a little while to get back to the chest, though. It's gone green. Now, running doesn't actually make the random encounter meter increase any faster than it usually would, I don't think. But it just, you know, makes you move more steps. So, okay, good, didn't get into a random encounter. So now we can open this chest. And in here we get the Heal Stone. This is the crutch item, or well, I like to call this the Jagan item of this game. So, Jagans are Fire Emblem characters, another franchise that I play, who are supposed to be very powerful early on and help you get through the early game, but drop off in usefulness later on. Well, technically speaking, most Jagans don't because they're balanced really badly, but that, I digress. The Heal Stone restores 50 HP, and it's infinite use. The downside? You can't use it on the map, only during battle. But now we have access to an infinite use 50 HP heal, which early in the game is amazing. If you have a character who doesn't have anything better to do during a turn, use this to just get a free heal on someone. The only restriction, only one character can use this item per turn. And it being infinite use is also great. Here's the thing though, later in the game 50 HP is going to be nothing, but early on this is invaluably useful. So, now that we've actually 100% of this map, you know what, just because it's bothering me, I'm going to go back down and fill in the walls around that chest. And do that. Any more walls that I haven't... No, I haven't filled in the walls of one of the chests over here. I like to mark the 100% map chest in gold. Haven't filled in these walls. Again, I won't bore you with this normally, but okay, there we go. This is the full map for You in Wonderland 4.1, or Chapter 1 as it's called. So with that, we're actually going to go ahead... Actually, no. Although we might get into a random encounter. I believe the... I knew that would happen! I knew that would happen. Oh, it's only a single table, though.
Tables should move. It's bad manners.
Characters in this game have unique comments on every type of enemy in the game, so there's some pretty funny ones. I don't want to spoil Ike's comment for the table because it's pretty great.
Oh, I can keep you.
Am I going to get an all-out attack? Yes!
Should we end it now?
What I was going to say is that the moment that we first step onto floor 2, we actually get access to a cutscene which will unlock something back at the base. So that's what I want to do, and then I'll leave.
That was easy.
Oh yes, you actually get more experience for finishing a battle with an all-out attack, so that's also why it's good to keep everyone boosted.
Leader, are you okay? It
Yeah,
looks like
yeah,
you're
let's head
exhausted.
down. And we have some new music.
It seems this new floor won't be the cakewalk that the last one was.
Yes, really, this one's a lot bigger.
Ray, are you alright?
This floor's your real introduction to this game. The last floor was just training wheels.
Mm-hmm. There's so many people with me. And you too, Zen. I'm scared, but I'll be okay. I am glad to hear that. I've always been drawn to this place, but I was too scared to explore it. But with everyone helping me, I'm okay coming in. It's a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Zen? What's wrong? Does it hurt somewhere?
No. I don't really understand. Ray, will you stay by my side?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
It feels like they're in their own world.
You think so? Chidorita and I can be kind of like that too. I guess.
Ugh, what a pain.
Hey,
Man, I
don't
gotta
diss the
get out of
Junpei
here as
Chidori
fast
ship,
as
it's
I
amazing.
can. For Chidorita's sake too.
I hope we can get Ray-chan and Zen-kun out of here quickly too.
Oh, it's not going to be quickly, trust me. This is only the very beginning.
Yeah. Koromaru's fired up too.
Keep in mind that we need to prioritize getting ourselves out of here first.
Oh, right.
The atmosphere feels heavy for some reason.
That reminds me. I noticed Ray-chan and Zen-kun don't fight with personas.
Persona. Oh, yes. You mean the power of the heart you use. It's true that Ray and I cannot use them.
I had heard that only persona users can fight against shadows, though.
I mentioned that before. That makes Zen and Ray very special.
Well, they live someplace shadows show up. Maybe they just adapted?
Can that actually happen?
This place itself is irregular. It's hard to distinguish between what's normal and what's abnormal. This experience will be good research material. If we ever get home, that is.
Mitsuru's entire company studies shadows, so that's why she's wondering about the experience.
In regards to abnormalities, the same could be said about our leader's persona.
That is true.
He is capable of wielding countless personas, yet ever since coming here, he has summoned only Orpheus.
You're the only one who can summon other powers? Why are you not summoning them now?
That is true. I guess he's holding back his ultimate power. No! All my amazing personas from this point in the game!
A blank card? It's beyond me. But if it's a persona thing, why not ask those blue people?
Blue people is a
Yes.
great way to talk about it.
Our leader can no longer shift personas. It could be a drastic setback in battle.
Especially on risky mode, where he's stuck with an instant death weakness.
Let's visit the Velvet Room and see what they say, before the battles get any more heated.
Let's get back.
All right, let's head there straight away before we forget.
So, now's as good a time as any to leave the dungeon, because that cutscene has unlocked something very important.